Hey everybody, what's up? Haven't done a video in a while. Been busy, but I figured I'd update you guys with some of the stuff you haven't seen and some of the stuff I just got. And in the background you can enjoy 311's new album, which is awesome. So I think I'm going to maybe divide this up into a couple different videos, but we'll see how it goes. I got 10 knives, basically. Maybe 11. Let's start with Kershaw, since I haven't really done anything with them so far. Start with this. This is a baby boa. It's an all-black version, which is apparently impossible to find. It only was available for a short time through one retailer. Wow, get some weird light on this video. Hopefully it turns out okay. I've never been able to find it again. I just happened to run into a guy who had them at a knife show, and I bought one. It's a cool little knife, like really little knife. It's like smaller. Actually, it's about the same size as a Spyderco Kiwi in length. It's a little bit fatter, and it's pretty decent for most things. But I wouldn't consider this your only, this is not an EDC size. It's too small, unless you're a girl or something. Whatever. But it's a cool little knife. Most of the ones that you'll see are with the polished blade and the red handle. This is a little bit different. And then continuing on the theme of limited edition all black knives, this is the ever famous Leek, yet another variation of the Leek. This one came from, what was that, Chesapeake Knife and Tool. I don't know if that company's still around, but this I've had probably since, I think the birth date on this knife is 04, right down there, yeah, 04. This is called the Random Leek. It was the first leek done with a reverse tonneau blade in a tribute to the Random Task, Kershaw's first speed-safe knife. And it's also one of the first knives I did with premium steel. This is S30V. Now they've got Damascus and how many other different premium steels that they've been working with on so many different models, but this is before they had all those models. This is the Leek and Chive were their best-selling knives, and they decided to do this. And when I first saw it, I'm like, holy crap, I have to have that. But that was 5 years ago, 6 years ago almost. It's a great little knife, really sharp, but again, Kershaw's edge geometry is kind of questionable at times. It's sharp, but it's wide, so low angle cuts are kind of hard. Very thin, good ergonomics, lightweight. But I'm not a huge fan of the assisted openers, so I only have a couple of them. This one is not an assisted opener. Whoops. This is a Storm, the smaller version of the Storm. The bigger one's called the Storm 2. It's a frame lock, not assisted opener. It's one of the best cheap knives that Kershaw makes. You can get one of these for like 25 bucks or less. And it's pretty light. It's got the grip tape, which some people like, some people hate. Really smooth action, good lockup, and the blade is razor sharp. Like really, really usable. Especially, I touched it up a little bit, and now it's even sharper. I'm gonna keep this out for a while and use this as my beater knife, because I don't have enough of those. I'm always afraid to hurt my good ones. Alright, so we're only 3 minutes in. We can keep going. Let's go to Spyderco. Famous Dodo. In my opinion, the best oddly ergonomic knife that Spyderco ever made. I have 2 of them now. This one is my user version because when I got it in a trade originally, unbeknownst to me, it had a broken tip. The guy swears he didn't know, but whatever. So instead of me sending it back to Spyderco to have them do it, I fixed the tip myself on my Waterstones, and it turned out pretty good. Not as pointy as it used to be, but definitely pointy enough, and less delicate now, I guess. Less likely to break under hard use. And I'll keep the other one that's factory fresh in the box, sitting where it is as a backup. But Dodo is honestly like one of the coolest knives ever made in American knife history, as far as I'm concerned. If you can pick one up, definitely do it. Available in blue and black. Blue was the original color. I would go for that. It's just a cool little knife. These are Golden Colorado made S30V ball lock. I gotta be careful with the ball lock. Some of them are a little questionable. Like my other one is not so sturdy as this one, and it's because the shape of the tang that the ball bites down onto. This one's wider, the other one's thinner, so it's sometimes fails under a lot of pressure, like back pressure, like the spine whack test. Sometimes it fails, not always. You just gotta keep this area clean from dust, and it should be fine. So that's that one. Stretch 2 carbon fiber ZDP $189. Got this in a trade for my 710 Benchmade, which I'm starting to miss. Hopefully get another one of those soon. It's pretty cool. It's nice. You know, I'm still not a huge fan of ZDP steel. It's really hard to sharpen, and I haven't tested it enough to see how well it holds an edge. But it's lightweight. It's very ergonomic, if not ugly. I don't think this knife has any sex appeal whatsoever, which is a factor for some people. But you know, it's a cool knife nonetheless. They're going to be coming out with an FRN version of this soon, so it'll be more like, you know, one of the cheaper Enduro types. And then a carbon fiber knife that does have some sex appeal. This one I got in a trade with along with the Dodo here. This is a carbon fiber military with S90V blade. This is like one of the nicest Spydercos I've ever owned. I have the orange military also, which you've seen, and this is lighter and feels sturdier than the G10 version. It is rock solid. The lock is awesome. S90V holds an edge like you wouldn't believe, and the polish job on it is even better than the S30V, and that's surprising considering how much tougher of a steel S90V is. They really put good work into these knives, and again, this was a limited sprint run, just like the orange military, so good luck finding one. Available also in S30V and BG42. So, Spyderco carbon fiber military, excellent Spyderco knife. And then my other big one is the new Police 3. It's not much longer than the Police, maybe like only a 1/4 inch, but it just seems longer. It just looks that way. It's a big knife. But this, you know, if you need a big flat blade for utility work or even kitchen work, this is awesome. It's definitely an excellent knife, and it's thin too, and it's not that heavy. But again, I still think it looks a little awkward. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I think the old Police was sleeker. This one may be more functional, but doesn't look as good. And then, we're only at 7 minutes, so we're going to continue on to one more thing. Like I was saying about the new tip I put on this with the sharpener, this one is a Benchmade fixed Griptilian, and I've had this for years, but I haven't used it because when it came to me, this area right here, where my fingertip is, was blunt. And the tip was fine, but this was blunt right here for some reason. I didn't understand how the hell that happened. And I was going to send it back to Benchmade to get it sharpened because they offer free sharpening, but I figured, this will be a good experiment for my sharpening skills, and it turned out awesome. Razor sharp, really pointy tip. I put a new edge on the whole thing, and it's way better than the factory edge. Honestly, guys, get the Waterstones and work with them. You know, you start with cheap knives, then work your way up to your good knives, and holy crap, you will not believe how easy it gets once you know what you're doing. It's frustrating at first, but once you figure it out, and you know, you watch the video a couple times, it's amazing how quickly, like, to put this whole new edge on took me less than 5 minutes, and it's like the best edge I've ever put on a knife. Granted, this thing wasn't completely blunt, but that one area was, and it turned out great. So, tribute to Murray Carter's sharpening instruction. The guy is a genius. And here, I'll go along with the fixed Griptilian a little more. This is a great knife, cheap, good size, very thin, lightweight. If you want a nice outdoor knife, this is an excellent choice if you don't want to spend too much money. And to go along with it, here's my folding Griptilian. This is still, in my opinion, one of the best all-around everyday carry folders or work folders that you could ever have. You don't have to get the orange version. You can get the black version or the green version, whatever you want. They come in a bazillion colors. It's just, it's a perfect size, flat ground blade, great grip, as I said in my other video, and it's not heavy. If you need a great knife to use and carry every day, it's hard to beat the Benchmade Griptilian. And then, if you love that knife as much as I did and you wanted a fixed blade version, here it is, and that's why they made it, because I honestly think this one actually came out of fan request, which is surprising. Oh crap, I'm running out of time. Okay, so that's that. See ya.